According to History Channel, those brave, unbiased archaeologists, what are the most likely hidden treasure in the heart of Oak Island? There's 12 different ones, supposedly. The first is pirate treasure, or the sunken treasure of Captain Kidd, which, according to local legend, dying sailor from Kidd's crew claimed that 2 million euros worth of treasure was buried on the island in the money pit. Another was Spanish naval treasure. Dan Blankenship believes that a marauding 16th century Spanish galleon filled with gold from the Americas was forced to dock at Oak Island after suffering damage from bad weather. The crew buried their treasure, intending to return later on with a more seaworthy ship. Needless to say, they never returned. Another is Shakespeare's manuscript. Sir Francis Bacon, because the works of Shakespeare are uncredited and there's a conspiracy theory that there wasn't one Shakespeare as more a pseudonym. Quote, evidence from a piece of parchment paper uncovered from within the money pit that has given rise to the theory that Shakespeare's original manuscripts lie under Oak Island, which would be a terrible place to bury them because they'd get trashed, right? To me, the craziest is they think the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant are buried there. So this ties to a Knights Templar theory that the Knights Templar amassed a great treasure said to contain the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant. And they were, of course, persecuted. And they fled across the ocean before America was even discovered at that point in time. And they claim that there's Templar symbolism that was discovered on the island, including a Christian cross formation of rocks, that some believe that Oak Island is the resting place of the Templars' treasure. Another one is a Viking ship that was sucked in by quicksand-like surfaces on Oak Island and turned vertically during the sinking process, and the wooden planks separated at regular intervals of 10 feet in the pit could then be explained as backrests for the rowers. Marie Antoinette's jewels. So during the French Revolution, it is said that Marie Antoinette instructed her lady-in-waiting to take her jewels and flee, and most of those jewels had been missing ever since. Money from Fort Louisbourg. Fort Louisbourg was a Nova Scotian French fort that was surrendered to the British after a siege in the mid-18th century. The money pit on Oak Island is said to be French and naval in style. Therefore, some researchers have argued it contains money from the fort smuggled out before it fell to the British. 120 feet down on some random Canadian island? I don't know. British Imperial treasures. In 1762, British forces besieged and captured the Cuban city of Havana, discovering a large sum of money in the process. With a naval base in Halifax, Nova Scotia, it's been claimed that the British buried their imperial treasures on nearby Oak Island to prevent it from falling into the hands of American revolutionaries, which was 14 years before the start of the American Revolution, so yeah. Some say that's a Freemason artifact vault. Another is that it's an ancient Coptic pit, which I haven't heard of before. Some have argued the symbols on the stone uncovered from the money pit were similar to the Coptic alphabet, and when translated spoke of strict Christian religious practices. And this has led to the theory that Coptic Christians from Egypt came to Oak Island and constructed the pit. Coptic Christians trace their founding to the Apostle St. Mark. Traditions holds that Mark brought Christianity to Egypt and founded the Coptic Church during the 1st century. It is one of the oldest Christian churches in the Middle East and was the first founded in Africa. and they claim that the founder is Mark the Evangelist. Another one, a tar kiln. It is suggested that Oak Island was once a tar-making location as part of the British naval stores industry, and author Joy Steele writes a convincing argument that the tar-making kilns of the time look a lot like the Oak Island money pit. And the last most likely one is that it's a sinkhole, and that there has been at least one sinkhole that has been uncovered on Oak Island, as well as many others on the nearby mainland. The soft ground in a sinkhole would give the impression that it had been dug up before, which, if you remember back to the original story, those three teenagers found a depression. This has been your host, Luke. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe for more. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.